Now, a lot of people always associate you with Tariro Neki, Tarirake, guys. She's got a phenomenal voice, mind you. And I always want to hijack her set. So last time I did a song with her, but you know what? Let's see what happens. But today, we don't really want to be talking about the musical side of Tari. We want to be talking about your managerial skills, the things that you have entered into and the new role that you have just taken on. Now, I do know that the Jacaranda Music Festival is coming up, obviously because of the Jacarandas coming out. It is Jacaranda season, and you have just been appointed the manager for this big event. Please tell us more about this.
Yes, it's quite exciting. Officially the first manager of the Stanbic Jacaranda Music Festival, so that's quite exciting.
So you're saying that there has never been...
Well, Walter's the artistic director, and he's pretty much been doing everything, and then, you know, we'll subcontract closer to the time. But yeah, so we're officially a proper structure now, and I'm managing the festival. Very exciting. It's a lot of work.
This is what I'm saying. Like, every year, like last year, it was big. I mean, you're talking of local artists. You're talking about artists coming out from their different countries, not just even one country, but many countries. So when we're talking about artists coming in from various places, what is involved in getting an artist into the country? I know someone could just say, what is involved?
It's quite a process. First, you have to check their availability, obviously, which is done possibly a year before. And then, you know, there's licensing that has to be happening. Work permits have to be done. Censorship board has to clear. National Arts Council has to clear. You can't just come in and perform. So there's a whole process to it. Even with the local artists, there's tax clearances that have to be done. So there's compliance issues that we have to make sure are in place.
And these are done like literally a year before?
Well, at least once we've confirmed the artist, then we can start doing these processes.
Yeah, because there's that whole thing of confirming artists, and who decides which artists comes? I mean, you can have Yvonne Chaka Chaka say, for example, I'm saying...
Who is actually coming for the the workshops.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I like her, actually. She's always been a fan of mine since I was high. But, you know, you have, say, artists like that, and you're thinking, okay, who's deciding what we need to see?
Okay, so there's two things. We can curate, and then we do a call. I know the first few Jacarandas we did a call, and then it came to a point where we also wanted to be very intentional in curating the product. Because yes, there are artists that are always on play, but we also want to fish out these artists that are doing well, that are being consistent, that have a good quality international product, but are not being exposed. So like this year we intentionally had to curate the playlist. Mainly the artistic direction was from Walter. Then we gave in some input as a team. Just to come up with something that has a taste of everything. And everyone can come and enjoy something and also be exposed to something new.
Something different, because we're always used to the same kind of thing, aren't we? And there's no real diversification. So talking about that lineup, who is a part of this lineup? Okay,
so I'm excited because there's a lot of artists that I'm a big fan of. We've got Judith Sapuma coming in. We've got Ami Faku. We've got Dalibonga. Locally, we've got Selma Mtukudzi, we've got Amara Brown, Vera, Alexio.
Tammy Moyo.
Yes, Tammy Moyo is also part of the line. There's a whole lot of artists. And it's just a nice mix, a nice gango of African music. We also have an American band coming in called Burkhead.
That was like my next question. Like, I hear South African names. What about other countries?
So with the support of the US Embassy, we actually were able to bring in a band called Burkhead, and that's a nice jazz outfit. So that's going to bring a new twist. We're also trying to educate the audiences on new vibes and new sounds. So that's also one of the things that we do at Stanbic Jacaranda Music Festival.
That is incredible. So, you know, I know it's on the, when is it, the 6th?
It's from the 6th to the 8th. The workshops are from the 4th to the 5th.
Okay, so
but those are already fully subscribed. So a big shout out to the artists in Zimbabwe, because that's a sign that there's hunger for education, there's hunger for growth, and there's hunger for networking.
Okay, so I see a lot of blue banners. Jacaranda is being advertised. Now, that's for the 6th to the 8th.
Yes.
Now, you talk of these workshops that from the 4th to the
5th.
to the 5th.
Yes.
How come I didn't see anything advertised about the workshops?
So the workshops are targeted to artists. Also because we've got limited capacity. Our sponsor Stanbic allowed us to sort of do this specifically for the artists, so the call goes directly to artists. And we also do post on our website, we post it on our social media pages, and the registration goes by so fast because of the value that they're finding in these workshops. I mean, like I said, our keynote address is coming from Yvonne Chaka Chaka, who is literally the queen of African music. And we've also got Jay Something from Ikasa coming in, because he's managed to sort of make his career from music into food, into TV, and has managed to create a whole ecosystem from his brand. So we're also trying to learn from those examples.
Like, you don't just stick to music, there's a lot that you can do as an artist.
Yeah, and we also have local experts coming in media, in technology, because music is broad. Music is one thing, but we really want to expose the different facets and the ecosystem that is around, the value chain that is around the music business.
Okay, so some of the things that, you know, somebody would ask, say, what are the tips for the artists what tips can you give the artists to actually say, hey, this is how you sign up for being a part of a festival like this?
Yeah. One thing I will mention, and I'm speaking as an artist as well with a back-end experience, go to festivals.
Okay.
Because we take for granted how big that stage is and what is required to be able to perform on that stage. Go to watch other artists perform. And the beauty of festivals is that you get to network with decision makers, especially through the workshops. There's a lot of scouts, there's a lot of managers, there's a lot of festival producers that come to those events. And those are easy ways to get into festivals. And then just be compliant.
Have your paperwork in order.
Have your paperwork in order. I'm likely going to book someone with a good text clearance, a good EPK, a good profile online, than someone who's going to give me problems with yes. So we're encouraging that professionalism to say, okay, yes, I want you to perform, you've got a great brand, but is your back end sorted as well?
And I think I understand that you were also saying earlier when we were chatting, listen, if you have like 2 albums and you have nothing new, we're not putting you on our lineup because you want a diverse more.
Exactly, and it allows us to call you back.
Right.
You've got something new going on, you've got something fresh that you want to offer, so we'll keep calling you back because you've got that product, something new to give to the audience.
And people are actually buying
into you.
Okay, so another thing is that this is a massive festival, Tadi, and a lot of money is put into this thing. What is the funding kind of like? And you seeing this, trying to manage stuff, there has to be money, obviously, behind management and making sure the sets are done well and the artists are happy. What's that scene looking like?
We are very grateful for our sponsors because it would not be possible. You know, the current situation with our music industry. Without our sponsors, this festival would not be possible. But we really want to get to a space where the business model of the festival actually makes sense.
Right.
And when you look at other festivals like the Standard Bank Festival in South Africa, the one in Zambia, when you look at MTN Bushfire, these are festivals models that we're also trying to emulate and make sure that this thing can generate its own income and be a property. And I think we've done well for the past, this is our 6th year running. So we've done well to create that property. And now we're saying, look, we can bring the value through this work, and it is viable. If you can see a big sponsor like Stanbic coming, like TDW, like Nyaradzo coming in, that means that this property makes sense. It's got value for money. So I really do think that we're getting somewhere in terms of actually creating a proper festival business model. Okay,
that's fantastic. Tadi, this is your first time doing the
So I've been artist liaison for Jacaranda before, which is just dealing with the artists.
Right.
But yes, this year is my first year.
Okay, so tell me some of the things that your role is supposed to do. What do you do as the manager for this thing?
Okay, so ideally I'm supposed to execute the vision.
Right.
The founder's vision. That's my mandate. The regional and global strategy as well, just to do that. And overseeing all the aspects of the festival and just making sure that the team is catered to, they have everything they need, and the festival happens and everyone is happy. But ideally...
But isn't that a lot for you, just one person? Have you delegated?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
No. We've got a great team. We've got a great team. We've got different departments. We've got a communication department. We've got the artist liaison. We've got the health and safety. We've got security. So everyone's got a role, but obviously there's a mother that needs to come in and say, "Manangu, how far?" Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much.
And I think you know, one of the most important keywords that we're talking about here is relationship. That aspect of having people actually saying, "I'm going to listen to her. She's my friend, but if she's in beast mode and work mode, I can actually take and say, hey, have you encountered some friction in that area?"
Not really friction, but I think because. I think the relationships really help because I've been in the industry for a long time. And people have seen what I do. They know what I'm capable of. So it's easier they appreciate it and they respect it and they support it.
Good.
I don't know how many people have called me left, right and center. Look, if you need anything, give us a call. Speak tifonere. You know, exactly, if you need a hand. So the support is definitely there.
That's brilliant.
I'm overwhelmed just by the love and the encouragement, especially from female musicians. You know, just saying, look, let us know if you need a hand. If you need one, my cable. Let's do it together. So it's been amazing.
That's so fantastic. Tadi, thank you so much for joining us. Unfortunately, we've come to the end. We would have been talking the whole day.
I know.
That was Tariro Chaniwa, Tariro Negitare. She's a musician and she's also taking this big role. So good luck to you for Jacaranda Music Festival. We will see you there.